Hi, good afternoon. This is the second podcast that we've got for Game of Thrones after the success we had on the first one, and which we found very enjoyable. Today you have your host Shah Mahmood. Beside me you have Dan Dixon.
Hello.
And we also have a person that was at the bottom. We said a lot of things that basically insulted this person, and he's not happy, so he's here today. That's John Udison. Hi, John.
It's a nice intro, but I'd like to call myself manager of the moment. So, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, one game week wonder. And then also in the back, somewhere lurking, is we've got a special guest. That's Richard O'Kane. He's just here for the laughter, and just in case if John and Dan get into a fight, Rock can just jump in and get involved as well.
Always.
So next game we have Ed versus Greg. It was an amazing display by the Flying Pigs. They just dominated. Ed just keeps coming back with those wins here and there just to keep him somewhat in the middle, not really noticed by anyone in the top half or the bottom half. He's just cruising along, getting the odd victories, and he's got this new style. He's got this style of play, of formation that's different to everyone else. He runs a 5-3-2, which is the only one in this league to do. Have you got 5-3-2?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. An interesting formation, reliance on your defenders to come through. In Ed's case, he really did do well. Rudiger got him 6 points. Mustafi amazingly well, got that goal. Even though letting in 2 goals, he still got enough. And Luke Shaw as well, getting 5 points. Didn't do so well with Gomez, but I'm sure they'll just come back again, Liverpool, for the next game. Midfield really struggling with David Silva and Ozil, with rotations and players that seem not wanting to play, or David Silva's case just can't play even if they want to. Same with Shaqiri really, but still. And also, shockingly, not needing a super sub in this case by leaving Murray on the bench, who got 12 points, but Ed was so far clear. He needn't have worried with the rest of the points that he managed. Greg, on the other hand, unfortunately came back with a very low scoring points. His team really underperforming right now, with Lloris not playing, Spurs choosing their second-class goalkeeper to fill in the reins for game week 4, and Nick Pope not playing as well. I think that's due to an injury, due to an injury. And players on the pitch not performing. Zaha not on the pitch. Morata not really doing much. Calvert-Lewin, the only one of his strikers scoring more than 5 points with a goal. And Alexis Sanchez finally helping Lukaku out with the assist and clean sheet record.
So I think Greg is the only person with a worse transfer record than I have, giving away Hazard.
When do I play Greg?
For a bag of crisps and I don't know what else.
But
also not rotating his players.
Yeah, I think that's
Fred
more.
hasn't played.
Yeah.
Son's been away. Dalot's there. Sorry, not Fred.
Us.
That's Ed.
That's
So
fine.
has the second worst.
Yeah, in terms of transfers, he really is holding out on his players, hoping that they'll come good. It's a risky tactic to have, because potentially before they do start to play, you're 5 or 6 game weeks down. That's potentially 15 points. So it's a worry, to be that far down, and can he claw back? It's it's not certain. Definitely not certain. So I mean, even if you put Hazard back in and take Milner away, I mean that's still.
You don't need to defend it.
No,
you
I
don't
mean
need
it's
to
still.
defend your deal.
Well, it's still 7 points, right? So 7 points. Greg got 24.
But
He
it's
would only
also
got
looking at
31.
Bailey, who hasn't played consistently.
Yeah.
Alderweireld hasn't been a regular for the first team. Coleman hasn't done a great deal. Sanchez is still acclimatising to Man United. Dalot's been injured the whole time. Son's been away with the Asian Cup. You know, there's a lot of room for improvement now.
Yeah.
And
John-
I say that as someone below him in the league.
Yeah, on top of what Dan said, I'm sure Zaha was ruled out of the match, but he remained in the team, so maybe some management needs to take the blame there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I mean, what's your thoughts on Ed's strategy of leading from the defence?
You think that's the strategy?
I mean, possibly. I mean, I don't see him going out and trying to push Mesut Ozil or David Silva or Shaqiri on other players. Potentially,
He's
people.
got Fabregas and Fred, so I don't think it's the most dynamic of transfer strategies. I think he's got some good names in there. I think looking at Ozil, Shaqiri, Fab, Fred, how they're playing this year, you're probably expecting 2 of those 4 to play every week,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah, it is interesting that, I mean, you have Shaqiri that's barely played this game week, and he still puts him straight into the main team, and not putting Murray, someone that's consistently played.
Shaqiri's played 27 minutes all season.
Which is not enough, and you're still putting him in as your your main team fixture.
And Benteke above Murray as well.
Which is
Benteke massively shorn of confidence.
Yeah, very true as well. I mean, there's room for adjustment. I feel like Ed is relying on his defence. I mean, he does have Hennessy there. Rudiger is a great option, or great defender who's going to get clean sheets, a lot of clean sheets under this Sarri routine, and Mustafi as well. So yeah, interesting.
I think Ed's doing a great job, and he doesn't need to change much. He beat me. I think that his team's doing okay. So Ed, if you're listening, just keep the team as it is. Don't make any changes.
I feel like there's some insider.
It should be fine.
It's the opposite of a pep talk.
Exactly the opposite of pep talk. Just keep playing the way you are. I feel like I could beat you with the current team you've got. But I mean, he's doing well. He's got some.
Looking that he's only made 3 transactions the whole time.
Yeah, very interesting, and all free trades as well. So like nothing, no manager to manager transfer. I mean, you really need to get busy on this transfer to really push forward on your team.
So he brought in Shaw, which was a good move.
Yeah.
I think during the draft, no one expected him to be playing a great deal, so he snapped him up pretty quickly. He's also brought in Fred and Benteke, which the less said about the better.